Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So today I'm going to be drawing Garou from One Punch Man. So it's a portrait of him, and it's a 3/4 one. So it's kind of a harder one. It's not just head and shoulders, but I'm going to give it a go anyway, and we'll see how it looks. There's lots of hatching in the picture I'm going from, so I might do that. I'll see how I feel. So we'll get right into it. So I'm going to start with his eyes. So we have, so his hair's all up here, and his face sort of comes down to his chin here, jaw, ear, and eyes in here. So he's all cut up. Yeah, so we'll start. So we'll start with his eyebrow. So sort of starts here, and he's got those hairy, kind of those spiky eyebrows, real long. You can do these any sort of way in your own style, anything like that at all. So anyone who follows the One Punch Man manga will know that the artist Narrated is very good artist, and his drawings are really cool. So so there's one eyebrow. So he has an eye then under there. So we'll just do the tear duct. And then this comes down, comes across, starts to go up this way, up to about there, I'd say. And then it comes in just from under that eyebrow, then up, joins together just there. Then he has just an iris just under there, just like that. So he's frowning like heavily, so he looks real intense. So he has sort of just frown lines coming up this way. One here, another one this side coming up, sort of curving up his forehead. And then his nose kind of meets his eyebrow, his other eyebrow here. So his nose kind of comes down, say, here, and comes up this direction. So it goes up. So it comes down kind of in a V, both eyebrows, and then it goes up off and starts to spike out, sort of real big. And then it'll travel back down in towards those frown lines just about here. So it'll come back into here. And he's another eye just in here, but it's smaller than this one because we're doing 3/4. So you just go smaller than that eye, and it goes into here. And then you can just add some more kind of frown lines there in his nose. Maybe some more coming up this way. He's got all blood on his forehead and things as well, so we can add that in later on. So you can't even see his iris in this eye. It's sort of covered by his big bushy eyebrow there. So his nose, real pointy, curves down. So imagine like it's like a number 2. So like from here, it's like a number 2. Comes down to the pointy nose, comes back in, back across, and then nostril just there. And of course he has all hatching and stuff underneath that, but we'll get all the basic forms in first, and then we might start that hatching. So we'll do his cheek, that's here. So first it comes in, then goes back out, then comes back towards his nose, just there. And then we have his top lip. So coming down from his nose, you do one curve just here. And then it meets the next one that comes up this way. And then comes back down this direction. So he's looking real serious. You can make this just a shadow on that top lip just a bit to make that line just a bit thicker. And then he has a line just for the bottom lip, just in here. Just like that. And then, so this line, we'll imagine it goes down past his nose and keeps going to his chin, back up to his jaw and meets his ear. So we'll go down, like that. And then it's real pointy, so it's that One Punch Man style character. Real pointy features. And then starts to go back up. We'll go back up now to his jaw, and his jaw, so we'll go fairly straight, and then we'll have just at about the level of the nose, it'll start to go curve back up towards the ear then, just this way. And then we have his ear just in there, so it goes there, back in, goes up, all the way up, and then it'll start to go around just there, and it meets hair. So he has, you know, massive hair all just up in here. So best way to do this. So we'll do maybe just bones and ligaments just inside that ear first. And then up here we start to see some of that real spiky, done really quick it looks like, by Murata. Sideburn comes right down, and then it'll start to go back up. That sideburn should go down further, I think, actually. Yeah, just there. And then that starts to come back up. So he has just like real quick, spiky kind of goes all up, goes all the way around. Back around then the other side of his head, and again it's thinner on this side, so it'll come back down towards the side of his face here, so it'll go up. To a point just here, like that, and then we'll bring it up around the outside, so comes up, goes off my page there. Back in, comes down. Various shapes. You can do this anyway, you just gotta get the feel for it, I guess. And then in there we have just lines that'll show that sort of hair going up and all different ways, different sort of spiky kind of bumpy ways. So then, underneath his ear, we have some spikes for hair coming down this way. Back up, and just a bit that's kind of sitting on his shoulder there. Just a line maybe here for shoulder. And then we have, there's a vein just on his forehead. So it comes kind of this direction, it goes that way, and then it comes back up this way, in there, come down, this way. It's kind of like a letter H or just a curvy. Some more frown lines just in here, so you can just do those. And then there's blood coming down his face, so just beside this vein. So there's like dark, more sort of vein-like shape, but running down his face and into his eye. Comes up to there and back down. So this will definitely be a longer video anyway, because it's just a more complicated drawing than some of the other ones. There's blood running down his face on this side also. Down into that eyebrow. Just down here. And then it runs into his eye here and then down the other side. You do one that kind of looks like a drip. So this is a fun one for me. So I mightn't be giving as many clear instructions because I'm trying to concentrate as well at the same time. So he's a scar that comes down his face, just down that nose there, down his cheek, big one, the whole length of his face, just there. So you can add some lines along that for blood and to show it's sort of a thick one. And then he has all blobs of blood that sort of come down from that. So he's one just on his nose, just there. Comes down to the next one that comes down just beside his nostril. bigger one that comes right down to his mouth. And it's all blurry. It gets kind of blurry down there because he's been rubbing it maybe during the fight maybe. So this is all, it gets all hatching sort of down here then, but you can lightly sort of draw in some, just so you know where it goes. Then we have another piece of blood here. Goes down lightly, and some there. Then, so we have, let's see, there's like a vein in his neck just here. So, just like that. And there's like that muscle line comes down here. Then another one goes up. So it's that big, thick, kind of, you know, the thick neck muscle that's just in here. It's kind of mostly described in the drawing with hatching lines, so kind of like this, you know. Really light lines, and then it meets his clothes kind of down here, so his collarbone and then his black top that he wears. So he's got that black top that goes across here and goes up around and just like meets his face just there. And then we have his shoulder that comes out like it looks like his top is all ripped, so it was drawn with a brush and ink. So it's done real quick, just down in there. Just another line there, some more neck muscles just coming down. And there's like a shadow just under here. Again, a lot of this is done with pen, so the pen and ink, and hatched quite a lot. There's a big thick shadow just underneath his chin there. And then there's some more lines there. Then this comes up. Just underneath his ear. And then this is black, this is black. All that blood is black. And then there's some dark shadows. So let's go. So there's black dark shadow under here. Kind of a dark, you can do his chin sort of thicker. It's like a dark shadow just right under that chin there. So that's the basic idea. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a smaller pen. I'm going to use probably 0.5, so I got a micron. So I'm going to go ahead and try to add as much of the hatching lines that I can see in the screen in front of me. And yeah, of course you could stop here. You could, if that's enough for you, you can add some color or whatever you'd like at all. So I just used black in the blood. Sort of, I used a kind of a wasted Sharpie, maybe to make the blood sort of look a bit more shaded. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope it turns out well. We'll see.